Congresswoman, during your visit, I mean, there are lots of American observers and writers who believe that there are gaps between the military and the civilian establishments in Pakistan when it comes to wars and commitment to fighting the terrorists and extremists within Pakistan and outside Pakistan. Was that your feeling? Was that something that you noticed, the gap between their commitments and their positions on these two vital issues?
It's not for me to judge, but all of my meetings when I go to Pakistan have been open and forthright between the military and civilian. And I frankly believe that we should look to the good, and that is a collaboration between the civilian government and the military to forcefully throw it out, to weed out, to be able to eliminate the actions of those, the cells of terrorists that may be thriving in places in the frontier or elsewhere, frontier area of Pakistan, the Afghan-Pakistan border. We should look to those efforts, complement those efforts, encourage more to be done, and not look for a divide between the military government and civilian government. They are a sovereign nation. Pakistan's a sovereign nation. The relationship between the civilian government and the military government should be left to them. When it is necessary for me, as a member of the Foreign Relations Committee, Foreign Affairs Committee of the House, to comment on particular actions, I will do so. But overall, I would like to encourage the leadership of Pakistan, as they have been open to me, to defend the Pakistani people against terror as we seek to defend the American people against terror, but at the same time to be peaceful, democracy-loving people so that we can build on opportunities for economic development and build on opportunities for growth of the Pakistani people.
Last question about the caucus. You've been a very vocal, prominent voice for the Pakistani American community as well as Pakistan on the Hill, nationwide at different forums. After this failed bombing in New York, what was your outreach to the community? Because there's a lot of anxiety within the Pakistani American community who themselves, see themselves as a victim of this heinous incident. So any comments on this?
Well, one of my outreach was, of course, the probing of questions to the Attorney General today. I expect that we will be hosting some meetings in the coming weeks that will be both inside Washington, and we'll have the opportunity to do some outside Washington. My office is open. I'm an open book. My door is open, and I am available to the community. But I think it's important to do your congressional work, and in this instance, to show the Pakistani American community that we are concerned about them in the halls of Congress. When the appropriate leadership is before us, we raise the issues to protect them against racial profiling, which is what most are concerned about at this time. But I also encourage the Pakistani American community to use this time to do their own forums and summits to explain to their neighbors, wherever they live in America, of who they are and their love of justice and democracy, and to be able to accept the fact that we live in a different world, but we still love our civil liberties and civil rights. They are a very productive and prominent community. We have established now a Pakistani American Foundation that will provide charitable resources for the needs of the Pakistani people. There's a lot of good messages that can be sent out on the Pakistani American community, major contributors to the productivity of this nation. And therefore, that is my message. Engage, engage, engage. And we in the United States Congress will be sure to do our work on your behalf.
Thank you very much for your time, ma'am. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.